wonderful morning that we in here. We in here today. Most definitely just wanted to come on here today and just give y'all the message that was given to me like a couple, like I say, like honestly, like a couple weeks ago. But I just want to talk for a little bit. I don't know how long this is gonna be, but it's gonna be pretty long. But it is the morning. I know I don't really have a schedule on when I do lives. I kind of just do them as like I have free time, when I have free time and everything, and when I get time to actually like sit down, because I move around a lot. I really do move around a lot, so it's a lot of things that I have to do, a lot of moving parts to this. So like when I finally do get time, I'm able to go ahead and do the lives and do these lives. So um most definitely. Ooh, oh, okay. So most definitely just wanted to come on here today and talk about, he who has an ear. Now, this is one of the things that's been kind of on my like radar for a little minute. And like I said, it's still not one of the studies it's still not like the study that I've been wanting to do for the longest, but but it just came at the right time. As I go through my own trials and tribulations, as I go through my own existence, like it happens like that. Like, you know what I'm saying? It comes and goes. So, the one that I will end up doing, when we talk about lust of the spirit, I'm gonna do that. I don't know if it's gonna be alive or not. It might just be a video. But it's gonna come. It's gonna come whenever Yahuwah grants it for me to give that message and give that teaching, and put it out there. So today we're gonna be talking about he who has an ear. We're gonna be talking about active listening to with Yahuwah. We're gonna be talking about really taking account in like heeding warnings and heeding signs, get like listening to messages, listening to what he's telling you to do in that time frame. Because as we get closer to the end, as we really get closer to the end of times, the end times is near. So we really get closer to the kingdom coming near. Like we, disobedience rises as we continue like moving towards, that righteous indignation, that fire that's gonna rain down from the Shemaims. We getting closer to the end. So it's kind of like we're, you know, the wickedness is ramping up. You know what I'm saying? The wickedness is ramping up. So what do we do as the Kodashim, as Yasharal, or, if some of you guys are Israelites, what do we do? Y'all subscribe to Israelites. What do we do in that end time? Like, what are we supposed to do? As his people. Because we're a peculiar people. We're not just a people that he just, he randomly picked. Like, nah, he chose us. He handpicked us for a reason. It's not that we are just, we just, we just popped up out of nowhere. He chose us. So we take that time to really like understand like what's going on in the spiritual realm rather than what's going on in this fleshly realm. Because listening is not just, it's not just physical. Like you can't, you can listen physically, but if you're not listening spiritually, then what you really doing? You know what I'm saying? Like, what are you really doing? What are you doing if you're not listening to him spiritually? You can know what to do for him in the flesh, but if you're not listening to him spiritually, then what really, what's going on? So I did just want to pray real quick. Cause I know I usually pray before I hop on live, but we're just gonna pray real quick because I didn't pray. So thank you, Yahuwah. I'll be Yahuwah. I thank you just for giving me this morning, giving me this day, and giving me this time just to be on here with you, be on here with the people, with your people, with your Kodashim, your chosen elect that, who see this live, whoever sees this live, I thank you for just giving me the time to speak, giving me the time to be up this morning and, not and not do my own thing, not do my own thing, but also get into your word, get into your scriptures, get into your mind and what you think about things at how you look at stuff, Abiyah. So I just thank you, and I just wanna just pray that you just give me the words to speak. You give me the mind to understand you. You give me the mind to understand Yahusha. You give me the mind to understand your Ruach HaKodesh, that I can be a vessel of good use. So I just pray that you just invoke your spirit into me and continue using me as a vessel. So Abiyah, I say all these things in your name. I say and I pray, and I say Halal Yahuwah Amanah. So, alright, so we gonna get into this. We gonna get into the study. First and foremost, I do this every single live. I read from the Sefer. I always got it with me. I read from the Sefer, the Millennium Edition. So I read from the Sefer. I don't subscribe to the names God, Lord, Jesus. I subscribe to Yahuwah, Yahusha. I never wanna, present something different like I'm, this type of person when I know I'm not a Christian. I'm not in no type of religion. I'm walking this walk out for myself, for my family, for Yahuwah, for Yahusha. Like I'm walking this thing out with them. I keep the feast days. I'm trying my best to be righteous as much as I possibly can in this world. So I never want to fake it and act like I'm just doing everything I'm supposed to do, because I know, I fall just like any other man. So he who has an ear, and it when this study first came to me, it's crazy. Like I was just sitting there thinking, like, dang, like, I listen to you sometimes, but I don't listen all the time. Or I do what you want me to do sometimes, but I don't always do it. So it took me back to, like, okay, what are we supposed to be listening to? The first set of laws that he ever gave us, it was the commandments. So it's like, all right, let's go back to the commandments. I'm supposed to really listen to those. So, but am I really adhering to the law? Like, am I really adhering to everything that the law said? I know it's you have the 10 commandments, then you have the other laws, statutes, commandments. Like, am I really existing to the best of my abilities with those laws? Like, am I really doing that? And if I'm not doing that, then I really need to ask myself, like, what's going on? Like, what's going on with me? What's going on with my Napash? I need to ask. I gotta ask myself those questions, because it's not that I don't want to listen. It's not that I don't want to do the things. Sometimes the things that he asks can be hard on us, on our flesh, on our fleshly bodies. It can be hard. Sometimes he asks you to do stuff that you necessarily don't want to do, but you gotta do it, because if you don't do it, then it's a matter of existence or death. It's a matter of getting plagued out, existing in peace. You know what I'm saying? Like, it's a matter of all those things. Like, and do you really want to be on the opposite end of his wrath? So we gotta do what he asking. We gotta do what he's saying. Like, we have to. Like, it's a must. Like, no matter what. I mean, you look at the prophets. Obviously, they had their own discretion. They didn't want to. A lot of them really didn't want to do. They didn't want to tell the people, what they had to tell the people. But also at the same time, they had to tell the people. So there was really no way around that. Like, they had to do his will. Because if they didn't do his will, then they gonna get hit for that. He gonna send the judgment to them for that. So judgment is coming soon. Judgment is really here. Honestly, judgment really is here. Judgment is on the way. But I think people believe that they could dodge judgment, or they could dodge, righteous indignation. You can't dodge it. So it goes back to, it always takes me back to Exodus 20. So we're gonna go there real quick. I'm just gonna read it real quick, because I'm pretty sure, I don't know if we know the laws, but I don't know if we know Exodus 20, but we should. Feel like we should have a good grip on it. Alright, well, yeah, Exodus 20, verse 1, it says, and the Lord spoke all these words, saying, I am Elohim I am Yahuwah your Lord, which have brought you out of the land of Mizraim, out of the house of bondage. You shall have no other Elohim before me. You shall not make unto you any graven image or any likeness of anything that is in the heavens above, or that is in the waters beneath, that is in the earth beneath, or that is in the waters underneath the earth. You shall not bow down yourself to them nor serve them, for I, Yahuwah, your Lord, am a jealous all, visiting the iniquity of the fathers upon the children unto the third and fourth generation, to them that hate me, and showing mercy unto thousands of them that love me and guard my commandments. So it always goes like this. Like I said, this always takes me back to he who has an ear. All right, he called us, out of the land of Mizraim. He called us to come out of that, to come out of Mizraim under the house of bondage, and to not bow down ourselves to other idols. But what do we do in today's time? We subscribe to all these different religions. We subscribe to Islam. We put ourselves in a position to worship Buddha. We put ourselves in a position to worship a cross in Christianity, which I know a lot of people don't believe that the cross is an idol. It really is. Like, think about it. When you think about Christians, what's the first thing they point to? They point to the cross, or they point to a picture of a man that they know nothing about, not knowing that that's the Pope, that's Pope Francis' son. Like, that's the part, or that's Serapis Christos. Like, these are different things that we don't know, that we just subscribe ourselves to. We just actually and we think that we're doing the right thing. And when somebody comes to tell you, like, hey, G, that's not what we supposed to be doing, people get offended, or people just don't hearken to that voice, to what that person is saying to you. Like, and it then goes back to me asking the same question, like, or Yahuwah asking me the same question: how many more people do I gotta send? So, like, ask yourself that question: how many more people does he have to send to a Christian person and tell them, like, hey, G, that's not what we're supposed to be doing? How many more people he got to send to Islam, a person in Islam, and be like, hey, G, we're not supposed to be worshiping a stone? How many more people he got to send that's worshiping a statue of Buddha in Hinduism, like, and be like, hey, G, we're not supposed to be worshiping statues. That's a statue. It can't eat, it can't drink, it can't clean itself, it can't rescue you. You know what I'm saying? It's just there. It's there. There's no proof that it really exists. And I know a lot of people will say that, oh, but I got proof because of what I've been through. But it's like, fam, did you know that you give power to anything that you give power to? Like, we have power. Like, don't believe like we just here and we can't do nothing. Like, we have power. We have a portion of the Father's power. But that's why people, people that do crystal healings, they cool with doing it all the time, because they like, oh, it heals me. But guess what? They gotta recharge the stone. You see how crazy that is? You know what I'm saying? You see how crazy that and wild that is? I gotta recharge a stone that's healing me, but it's gonna heal me. But I have to recharge it. The Father, Yahuwah don't need no recharge. You know what I'm saying? He don't never need a recharge. He good. So it always goes back to, like, how many more people he got to send to you? How many more people you got to see online that tell you, like, hey, all this stuff is not real, or all this stuff is fake? Or how many more people he got to send to let you know that the idols that you serve ain't real? How many more people he got to send? And that's one of the questions that he always asks. Like, how many more times do I have to tell you? So I'm gonna continue reading. I'm tired. Well, I'm gonna continue reading. And that's one of the things, it makes me question too. Another thing, it made me question, like, dang, do we really hate the Father? Do we hate him? And I want to know, like, do people honestly hate him, or do they call it what they call love? Is that what they would call? Because if you love somebody, you would do what they asked you to do. You know what I'm saying? You do what they ask you to do. But if you hate them, then what? What you gonna do? You gonna do the exact opposite. So we doing the exact opposite of what he said, and we're trying to what we're doing the exact, we're going in opposition of him, and then telling people that we're riding with him. You know what I'm saying? Like, that don't make sense to me. That doesn't make sense at all. We can't say we rock it with him. He with us. He do everything for us. He our rock. All these other things. We can't say that, and then we do the exact opposite. That's a hypocrite. We Pharisees at that point. We just Pharisees. We being hypocritical. So, yeah, Exodus 20. We're gonna read verse 7. It says, "You shall not lift the name of Yahuwah to naught, for Yahuwah will not make clean whosoever lifts his name to naught." So we're not supposed to make his name invalid. Like, his name will never be invalid. But we make it that way, especially when we say we do things in his name. You know what I'm saying? When we say we do things in his name, and then it turns out that we're not doing stuff in his name, we making him to not. We're making him look like a liar. You know what I'm saying? You making yourself look like a liar, but you're also causing people to like look at your walk. People pay attention. People pay attention to your walk. Just like look at the Hebrew Israelites. Okay, you look at them. People pay attention to their walk. It's the reason why, like, and I'm not bashing on them. Trust me, it's a lot. I'm pretty sure it's some really cool dudes out there. These are for the ones who spread hate. You know what I'm saying? You look at them on the corners. Not saying it's not bad to be on the corner, but also too, you gotta look at the work that they do. So if you gotta look at the work that they do. You know what I'm saying? If you on a corner and you spreading hate, and that's what people remember you by, like, look at your work. That's what people are hearing. People are hearing the hate, and they like, okay, I don't subscribe to that because I'm not under that. That doesn't make sense. You know what I'm saying? You can't say that you doing a righteous cause and everybody else, all the witnesses against you, are saying that you're doing a wicked deed. It don't work like that. If you're the only person saying that you're doing good and everybody else noticing that you're doing bad, are you really doing good? Are you really doing good? Witnesses are a thing. Like, people have eyes. People have eyes that can see. People have ears that can hear. But we listen to what we want to. Like, that's the thing. We really listen to what we want to listen to, and we don't. Well, we listen to man more than we listen to the Father. I say that. We listen to man more than we listen to the Father, and that's the issue. That's the big issue. We put man above what the Father has said, and then when the Father come down and tell us something different, we like, oh, well, that's not what my pastor said, or that's not what my friend said. You know what I'm saying? Like, it don't make sense. We got to put ourselves in the position to put him first in all things, put him above everything, put him above everything. You know what I'm saying? We got to put him above everything. All right, we have verse 8. Remember the day of Sabbath, and to keep it Kadash. 6 days shall you labor and do all your work. But the Sabbath day is the Sabbath of Yahuwah, your Elohim. In it you shall not do any work, nor you, nor your bond, nor your daughter, your manservant, nor your maidservant, nor your cattle, nor your stranger that is within your gates. For in 6 days Yahuwah made the Shemaims and the Arets, the sea, and all that in them is, and rested the 7th day. Wherefore Yahuwah Baruch the day of the Shabbat and hallowed it. Honor your so. All right. 12. Honor your father and your mother, that your days may be long upon the land which Yahuwah gives you. You shall not kill. You shall not break wedlock. You shall not steal. You shall not bear false witness against your neighbor. You shall not lust after your neighbor's house. You shall not lust after your neighbor's woman, nor his manservant, nor his maidservant, nor his ox, nor his ass, nor anything that is your neighbor's. These are all things we do the exact opposite of. You know what I'm saying? We do the exact opposite of this. You know, he told us what not to do. You know, and that's the thing. He tell us what not to do. So, are you listening? Are you really listening to what he's telling you not to do? You know, if when we get to the end, it's gonna say, like, it's gonna say, like, this is the statutes, this is for all generations. And I want you to ask yourself, like, did the generations of Yasharal really end? Did his people end? If we're still here and all the prophecies haven't been fulfilled, are we still his people? Like, are his people still not here? You know what I'm saying? So, all right, 18. And all the people saw the thunderings and the light and the lightning and the noise of the shofar and the mountain smoking. And when the people saw it, they removed and stood far off. And they said unto Moshe, speak with us, and we will hear. But let not Eluah speak with us, lest we die. And Moshe said unto the people, fear not, for Eluah has come to prove you, and that his fear may be before your faces, that you commit crime not. And the people stood afar off, and Moshe drew near unto the thick darkness where Eluah was. And Yahuwah said unto Moshe, thus you shall say unto the children of Yasharal. All right, so he telling him what to say. Thus you shall say to the children of Yasharal, you have seen that I have talked with you from heaven. You shall not make with me Eluah of silver, neither shall you make unto you Eluah of gold. An altar of earth unto you shall make unto me, and shall sacrifice thereon your sin and smoke offerings, and your peace offerings, your sheep and your oxen, in all places where I recorded. All right, my name, where I recorded my name, I will come unto you, and I will rebuke you. And if you will make me an altar of stone, you shall not build it of hewn stone. For if you lift up your tool upon it, you have polluted it. Neither shall you go up by steps unto my altar, that your nakedness be not discovered thereon. So there you go. He told him exactly what to do. Now, the commandments never stopped, and that's the one thing. The commandments he never once said, like, after this you ain't got to do this no more. You know what I'm saying? He's not like, you don't got to do this no more after this. You got to continue. We have to continue. You know, the bloodline continues. It never stopped. It just kept going. So that was one of the things that, like, I'm saying, like, are you really paying attention? Do you pay attention to prophecy? Do you pay attention to the end times? Do you really watch the news? Do you keep up with the times? You know, for those who are appointed to keep up with the times, because I know it's not a job for everybody. I know that. You want to know how I know that? Because I am not that. But 16:14. We're going to Hosea. Hosea 14. Hosea 4. Sorry. Generations never ending, man. We are the people. If you haven't seen my live where I talk about us, Yasharal being the hold on. Oh, here we go. If you haven't seen incarceration of Negroes. If you haven't seen it, you should go watch it. It is a must watch, you know? It is really a must watch. Oh, snap. My bad. It really is a must watch. But I talk about how this system has enslaved us mentally, physically, you know, spiritually. It has done all these things to us. And we have, like, I want to say we've well, we have taken on the presidents of this world, and we're in this world that we're not supposed to be of the world. So it continues on. It's a must watch though. It is a must watch. All right, Hosea 4. I'm gonna read 1 through 6. It says, "Hear the word of Yahuwah, you children of Yasharah, for Yahuwah has a controversy with the inhabitants of the land, because there is no truth nor mercy nor knowledge of Allah in the land. By swearing and lying and killing and stealing and breaking wedlock, they break out, and blood touches blood. Therefore shall the land mourn, and everyone that dwells therein shall languish with the beasts of the field and with the fowls of the Shemaims. Yea, the fish of the sea also shall be taken away. Yet let no man strive nor reprove another, for your people are as they that strive with the priests. Therefore shall you fall in the day, and the prophet also shall fall with you in the night, and I will destroy your mother. My people are destroyed for lack of knowledge, because you have rejected the knowledge. I will also reject you, that you shall be no priest to me, seeing you have forgotten the Torah of your Allah. I will also forget your children." So, as you can see, I put that in there because, as you can see, like, we don't have knowledge. Like, we have worldly knowledge. Like, we seek, and it's crazy, because, hey, man, look, we seek worldly knowledge. These past couple of weeks, I've been trying to make sure I put myself more in a position to be in the scriptures, because I was like, dang, my arrow's dull. Like, I noticed, like, my arrow's getting dull. I need to sharpen my arrow. I need to sharpen my tools so that I could fight. I could fight for the Father like he fight for me. You know what I'm saying? So, if we suffer for a lack of knowledge, if his people suffer for a lack of knowledge, what does that mean? It means that we don't read this book. We don't read the Bible. A lot of people think that this Bible is just white man's propaganda. Like, come on now. Like, if you're telling me that scriptures from all the way back then, even though they've been translated, even though they've been, tampered with and all that stuff, you telling me that these scriptures travel from all the way back then to now, and they still, you know what I'm saying? They still have truth in them. They still have truth in them. No matter what anybody says, and I ain't even talking about other religions. I'm talking about just regular scriptures. Like, they still have truth in them. Prophecy still be revealed from them. You know what I'm saying? So it's not like it's not like this Bible was just made up by a white man, or just made up by a random person, and it just, and it's still, it's still here. It wasn't made up by no random person. It was appointed. A lot of things are appointed. We just don't want to believe that stuff is appointed, because, the world told us so much stuff about this book that are the world, not even just the world, there's been so many people just against reading this book. That's against reading the Bible. That's against learning. But you have to learn. It's so many people that have had bad experiences from reading the book, or somebody would be like, oh, I read the book front to back and I didn't understand it. That's because you wasn't reading from a spiritual sense. You read from your flesh. You read from your flesh just to say, hey, I read this whole book and I still don't get it. You're not going to understand the book, because the book is spiritual. The book is very, very spiritual. It's 100% spiritual. You can't read this book in your flesh. If you read this book in your flesh, you're going to be lost. And I would say that 100%. You're gonna be confused. You're gonna be bamboozled. You're gonna be flummoxed. You're gonna be all these things. It's like our minds as people, our minds are so small, minuscule. Like, our knowledge and knowing and understanding is so small if you don't have the Father. If you don't have the Father, it's dang near like you're stupid. Like, I ain't calling nobody stupid. But, like, I know for me, as a person who, I was raised in Christianity, but I never really, I didn't read the Bible until I got to like 22, 23. Really, like, no, I wouldn't say 23. About 24. I really didn't sit down and actually read the scriptures until I was about 24 years old. And I can tell you right now, I didn't understand a thing when I first came into this walk. I didn't understand nothing. I didn't know no scriptures. I didn't. It's been a process for me to even just come in here, come on these. It's been a thing for me to come on these lives and teach, and even teach the assembly that I have, because sometimes I ask myself, like, do I have enough knowledge, wisdom, and understanding to be able to lead a group of people, to give them the scriptures and be able to break down these scriptures in the right way. But I can't do that by myself. I'm saying all that to say I can't do that by myself. There's no way I'm gonna be able to do that by myself. I've had to literally had to lean on the Father for lesson plans. I've had to lean on the Father for scripture and what I need to put. I'm leaning on Him to even tell me what I need to say. So it's like, yo, we as people have no understanding. We have no, like, think of us like he said, be childlike. Like, we're like children. We are literally children to Him. We have no understanding without the Spirit, without the Ruach HaKodesh. If you do not have the Ruach HaKodesh, you have no understanding, especially when it comes to His scriptures. Not going to be able to understand what He's talking about. You literally have to consecrate yourself with Him. Consecrate yourself. Get in that prayer closet. Get an understanding of all matters. You have to, like... I know I keep rubbing my face. I'm rubbing my face because I'm tired. I've been up, literally, I've been driving all night. I'm exhausted. But I'm going to do this. Trust me, I've literally thought about stopping this live just because I'm so tired. But y'all keep telling me to push through it because I have to. Like, if I can't do this, how can I do anything else for him? You know what I'm saying? So... yeah, man. His people are destroyed for a lack of knowledge. His people don't like to read. We don't like to read. We stiff-necked. We don't like to read. If somebody, how many times, I remember one time I was sitting down at a restaurant, and this guy was breaking into his family that, he didn't believe in Christianity no more. You know what I'm saying? He was saying that it's a lot of things, it's a lot of discrepancies, there's a lot of things that go against scripture from what their pastor was saying, and it's like, us as Negroes, we will battle you up and down about what we believe. Like, they'll battle you up and down like, oh, why you not a Christian no more? Like, if you leave Christian, they will battle you to the ends of the earth just to get you back in that stuff. And knowing that your pastors is lying. I'm not gonna say all, but the big mega churches is lying to y'all. They got y'all giving up y'all rent money. They got y'all giving up all your stuff, all your tithes, your offering, even though tithes or offering was agriculture, because the Levites, that was the only thing. When the Levites were priests, that's all they had. So the people had to give them food because that's all they did was teach. All they did was teach. They healed. They had so many ways of serving the people. That's all they did. They didn't work for themselves. They worked for Yahuwah and the people. They work to serve Yahuwah's people. So tithes and offering is really agriculture. It's food. It's, clothes, whatever you could give. Like, it's not money. It's not money. The money that you're giving to your pastor is really funding, not even the building. It's really funding their pockets. It's funding their pockets. Think about it. Like, the pastor that had the wife where he bought the dress and everybody was up in arms about it. I seen a clip on what he was talking about when he spoke on it at the service. He was saying, oh, the dress was cream color. It wasn't, you couldn't see under the dress. He was like, I know because I bought the dress. But you people wouldn't know because you don't understand fashion. Sir, you're a pastor. You're a pastor, sir. First of all, your wife shouldn't be dressing like that. Point blank, period. As a pastor, your wife should not be on display for every other man. Because it's too many it's too many spirits out here that could lead to lust. It's too many spirits out here bro, you don't know what a man could do, bro. You don't know what a man could do, bro. You got your wife all out there like that, and you like, oh, it's all good because it's me, because man has pride. Every man believes that, hey, if somebody was to try to attack my wife, I'ma win. I'm gonna win. You know what I'm saying? I'm me. They know that, hey, I'm gonna win. They don't even think about putting the Father in it. They don't even believe, like, they don't even think about, oh yeah, the Father gonna have my back. He most definitely gonna give me the strength to beat this man. They don't think like that. They think with pride. They think with greed, with their own lust, with their own eyes and their own heart, their own flesh. They think with the flesh, and that's the issue. Man's really said that the people didn't understand fashion. Sir, you're a pastor. You shouldn't give two craps about fashion, bro. I don't, bro. Look, I remember when I wear this. I always look. I look like me every single day. I really don't care. I'm not gonna lie. Even if I had a ripped shirt, hair is all messed up and everything, I still be out here teaching. You know what I'm saying? I still be on this live giving y'all the word. You know, people in my congregation, they know me. They know me. My hair would be messed up. My hair would be messed up for a month. Hair sticking every which way. I'm still get up there and go ahead and give this word, because, bro, you should be able to understand from anybody, bro. A homeless man should be able to walk up to you. You should be humble enough that a homeless man should be able to walk up to you and give you a message. A homeless man should be able to spit this word to you. Imagine that. Like, imagine that. Really, like, really imagine it. Somebody that's down on their luck, that's down bad, that ain't got nothing. Ain't nothing but these scriptures. They come up to you, hey brother, do you know about Ezekiel 11? But what we do when people come like that? Oh, we turn away, because we don't want to hear the Bible. We don't want to hear this book, man. We don't want to hear true judgment. We don't want to hear that stuff. We want to do what we want to do. We want to hear about sports. We want to hear about video games. We want to hear about anime. We want to hear about what she doing, what he doing, what our friends doing, what your friend's mama doing. You want to know what your neighbor doing down the street. So it's like, I know I kind of went off on a tangent, but it's just things like that's just I'm not gonna say unfair. I say unfair. It's just not. It's not right. Things happen that's just not right, and we just continue on in these things as if they're normal. Like we act like we're such normal people, and we're not. We are not normal people. I promise you, we don't act nothing like. Bro, the whole Torah is literally telling you how to act as a person. That's what the first 5 books is for, is to teach you how to act. It's to teach you how a normal person would act. We don't act like normal people. I ain't gonna lie, we don't. We don't. We do the exact opposite, man. We do the exact opposite. It's there to guide you. We don't look at it like that, man. We don't look at it like that because we don't have the knowledge. We nah, you know what? We don't have wisdom. I'll say that. We don't have wisdom. We got knowledge. Some people have knowledge. Some people got all the knowledge in the world. They look up stuff. They do all their research and stuff. They got knowledge, but they ain't got wisdom. So now you ain't got wisdom. So now you don't have understanding. And not because you don't have understanding. Now you're just looking like a fool, because now you telling people about stuff without the understanding, the full understanding of the Mashiach and the Spirit. You got to put the Spirit. You literally have to put the Spirit together with the Mashiach, like, or with Yahuwah. Like, the Spirit has to go with him. You can't just expect that the Spirit was gonna, do what it do, just like that. All right, we have Jeremiah 4. We're gonna go to Jeremiah 4, and I'm just gonna read verse 22 really quick. Yup. Oh, I passed it. Sorry. Jeremiah 4, 20. Oh, I skipped the page. Whoops. All right. 22. All right. It says, for my people are foolish. They have not known me. They are sottish. They are sottish children. Sottish means dull, stupid. Same thing as foolish. Foolish, dull, stupid, foolish. He says, my children, for my people are foolish. They have not known me. They are sottish children, and they have no understanding. They are wise to do evil, but to do good they have no knowledge. So we're wise when it comes to We're wise when it comes to lying, sneaking around, deceiving people. We wise when it comes to all these things. When it comes to backdooring your best friend, or sleeping with your man, with your girlfriend's man. We good with all that. Like, we good. We wise as crap when it comes to devising up a plan about how we can be the most evil people in the world. But when it comes to doing good, when it comes to good things, we just sitting there like a bad child, just sitting there rocking back and forth, like, they're never gonna catch me, bro. Like, and it's crazy because Yahuwah sees all. Yahuwah really does see all. Like, there's nothing that you're gonna be able to hide from. And I'm just like, I don't know, man. You can't hide from it. You're not going to be able to hide from it. On the day of judgment, he's going to know everything that you did. He's going to be able to read it out. He's going to call it out. And you're going to have to deal with it. And you're going to have to answer to him because you did these things to him. He ain't forced you to do nothing. You can't say, oh, man, Hashatan just had me in his clutches. Like, no. You're Hashatan. You're the Satan of your own existence. Because yes, the devil can tempt you to do things, but also at the same time, this flesh tempts you to do stuff. You tempt yourself to do things, man. Think about it, man. Think about it. You sitting there, and I'm gonna just use this as an example. You sitting there, and you're not even, you're sitting there, and you see a girl go past. Now all of a sudden, now you thinking about porn. You know what I'm saying? Like, bro, like, Satan didn't tell you, the devil didn't tell you to go ahead and start thinking about that stuff. The devil didn't tell you, hey, when you get home, go ahead and put your hands in your pants. You know what I'm saying? Like, he didn't do that. Like, you know what I'm saying? It starts with you in your heart. Satan really just go off of what's your heart is, what's in your heart, bro. Like, if you look at somebody, even if you look at a woman with lust, you're gonna end up lusting. Like, it's just like that. Like, that's just how it is. It's in your heart. It's a heart matter. So look at your heart matters. Look at your heart. That's why I always say you gotta look within. You gotta look deep within inside yourself. It's not about the people on the outside. It's not about the devil coming in and tempting you and doing all these things. It's not about that. It's about you. You got to be the one to put your foot down and put your heel on his head and bruise your heel on his head. You got to be the one to do that, Y'all be thinking Yahuwah is just a genie that, like, hey, when I say jump, he gonna ask you how high. Like, it's not like that. It's not that at all. Like, no. It's not that. A lot of people don't believe in works. A lot of people just believe that you could believe hard enough. If I believe hard enough, it's going to change. Well, this is not magic. This is not magic, G. This is real existence. This is real stuff. Like, he not just, like, stuff ain't just happening for no reason. Stuff is happening because of your disobedience. Stuff is happening because you didn't want to hear, you didn't want to listen to the Ruach HaKodesh when it told you what not to do. You ever got that feeling? You sitting there, you know you about to do something wrong. You say you about to rob a store, and the spirit just tell you, like, hey, bro, you might not want to do that. You're gonna get caught for this. That's the warning right there. That's the part you should have listened to. But you know what we do? We be like, nah, man, today feeling great. I'ma go ahead and do it anyway. You know, it's like, bro, what? Like, what do you mean you finna do it? You just, that's direct disobedience. So now, because of your disobedience, now you're going to jail. You could have avoided going to jail if you just would have listened and just turned the other way, took your butt home and applied for a job or did things in a righteous cause. It takes me back to the scripture. If thou and I be single and full of light. Like, if your eyes full of light, you're going to receive light. If your eyes full of darkness, you're going to get darkness. You reap what you sow. Like, no matter what you do, you reap what you sow. It's going to come back to you. It's going to come back to you either way. No matter how many times you try to tell yourself, like, this ain't going to get back to me. It's going to come back to you. Like, if you do wickedness is going to be right at your doorstep. And that's what it is. So, all right, we have Luke 11 and 28. $25, 67, 25, 67. Luke. Luke 11. All right, Luke 11, 28. Jeez. Luke 11, 28. But he said, yea, rather bereaved are they that hear the word of the Lord and guard it. So you can be bereaved just from guarding his word, from guarding, listening to his word, his commandments, what he said to do. Like, let's read it again. But he said, yea, rather bereaved are they that hear the word of the Lord and listen to and guard it. So you hear his word, you can be bereaved. You can be bereaved if you just listen. Like, it's when you don't listen, it's when you act like you can do things on your own, or you act like, you know, stuff just don't, you know, when you act like things don't matter, or things not gonna change, you know, is when you start to do that. It's when you start to sit there and be like, oh yeah, I could do this myself. It's when you start to put your flesh in it, is when it becomes the issue. That's when it really just becomes a problem. Is when you think that you can do it, you can do all these things. We can't do nothing, man. We can't do nothing without the Father, man. And that's just like what I'm getting to. So we're gonna go to Luke 10, 16, because people gonna hate you. Like, people not gonna want to listen, and that's okay. Luke 10, 16. What does it say? It says, he that hears you, hears me. He that despises you, despises me. And he that despises me, despises him that sent me. So, bro, you gonna get persecuted for this. Like, it is just things I'm telling I know for a fact, like, hey, Malak, you gonna get persecuted for a lot of stuff. A lot of things that you say. I say it through my music. I say it through my lives. I say it just through, like, the clips that I drop. It don't matter. Like, you gonna get persecuted for it, because because truth has no bounds. Truth is not gonna be pleasant. Truth is not gonna hide itself. It's just gonna illuminate the darkness in people. And, you know, people don't like to be exposed. Darkness doesn't want to be exposed. Wicked deeds don't want to be exposed. Demons don't like to be exposed. But you know who exposes them all? Yahuwah himself. He exposes everything. The light shines. He's like the light shines so bright. His light is so bright that even when Ezekiel took him up, he said he seen the altar. He couldn't even go near it. Hold on. Yo. Oh, nothing much. I was just saying, I'm waiting on another company to open. Oh. Yeah, I was just saying here because it was nowhere else to park.
Oh, cool.
Yeah, for sure.
You don't need any service or anything?
Nah, I gotta deliver to another company over here.
Oh, gotcha.
All right, no problem. Appreciate you. Take it easy. Yes, sir. Sorry about that. I'm supposed to be I'm dropping off a truck this morning. But anyway, back to what I was saying. Light holds no bounds. Truth holds no bounds. Truth is going to expose the darkness. Truth is going to illuminate everything, you know? Truth is going to illuminate. It's going to expose the wickedness in people. You wonder why you can't be around your friends that you grew up with. This is even for me. I wonder why. Sometimes I can't be around the friends that I grew up with. You know what I'm saying? It's a reason. We don't walk the same path no more. We not Amos 3. We don't agree. So we how can two walk together? At least they agree. We don't agree. We don't agree on a lot of things. Actually, we don't agree on nothing. You know, sometimes I find it hard to go talk to people I grew up with. It's only like literally maybe a select few people that I could go talk to and have a meaningful conversation. It's not a lot of people that I could do that with, you know. So now, these days and age, I don't talk to nobody. I really don't talk to anybody. I talk to a select few people, and a lot of those people are in Yasharal. But outside of that, I can't. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, I don't have many words. I don't have many words because I know what I want to talk about. I know I want to talk about the Spirit. Sometimes, not gonna say this all the time, sometimes I don't. And I'm not gonna sit here and lie. Sometimes I don't. And that's just me being honest with myself. Sometimes I don't want to talk about the Spirit. Sometimes I don't want to talk about the Father. Sometimes I don't want to talk about the Scripture. But I'm working on that part. I'm working on that part of me to be better, to do the things that He's asked me to do. Because just like in my last life, I've been running for my purpose for a minute. Like, and I don't ever want to like tell anybody that I didn't fall down that path, because I did. I've been on that path of not wanting to do your purpose. And I don't want to fall into that spirit of laziness, procrastination. You know, I don't want to fall into that and not do what I'm supposed to do. So here I am doing it, because it's of me to do this, to give the people a message. It's on me. He put it in me, and I know that I'm His bond. So we're going to Jeremiah 7. Remember, like, this is just me. This is me actively doing listening. This is literally me actively like looking at what I need to do and listening to what Yahweh is telling me to do. Because it's so many times that I don't, and when I don't listen, I'm in the wrong. I get plagued out. I'm sitting there like, oh gee, like, oh boy, I could have avoided this a long time ago. Sorry, y'all. It's hot. It's starting to get hot. But I know I'm like all over the place today. But I'm all over the place today. But what does the shirt say? Obey Yah. Obey Him. It's like you, Malak. Obey Him. Obey Him. Do what He asking you to do. Do the things that He's telling you to do, because I promise you, it's gonna benefit you. He that has an ear, if you have an ear, please listen, bro. Please listen to the words that He gives you. Because sometimes you might have a question about a situation that you're going through. You might have a question about why I can't get ahead. Or you can't get ahead because I already told you what to do, 3 times. You're not doing it. So now you're gonna be struggling. You know what I'm saying? Now you're gonna struggle. So look at that. Now you're struggling because you didn't want to listen. You didn't adhere to the words that He gave you. So we have Jeremiah 7, and we're gonna read 22 through 26. It says, "For I spoke not unto your fathers, nor commanded them in that day that I brought them out of the land of Mizraim concerning ascending smoke offerings and sacrifices. But this thing commanded I them, saying, Obey my voice, and I will be your Lord, and you shall be my people, and walk you in all the ways that I have commanded you, that it may be well unto you. But they hearkened not, nor inclined their ear, but walked in the counsel and in the imagination of their evil heart, and went backward and not forward. Since the day that your fathers came forth out of the land of Mizraim, unto this day I have even sent unto you all my servants, the prophets daily rising up early and sending them. Yet they hearken not unto me, nor incline their ear, but harden their neck. They did worse than their fathers." So this is what I be saying, this literally just goes into basically what I was just saying. Like, you have to incline your ear, because the Father's not gonna stop talking to you. He's not gonna not talk to you. Hold on. He not gonna not talk to you. He gonna talk to you. He gonna send people to you. If you don't listen to him, he gonna send, all right, bet, let me send you a prophet. You don't listen to the prophet, or even if you man, if you if you if you call one of his prophets like fake, or you like don't listen to their prophecy, that's on you. You're supposed to warn a man of his wicked way. You know, you're supposed to warn a man of his wicked way. But if that man don't receive, if that man doesn't receive you, and he still want to do his own wicked deeds, then that's on him. You know, that's on him. Ain't nothing you can do about that. But incline your ear. That's what he wants you to do, is incline your ear to him. He wants you to incline your ear. He's not going to just sit there and not talk to you. He's going to talk to you because you're his child. And you are his, and you're his child. And you need to listen to him. It's just some things that you just notice, like you just notice as you get older, as you get more in tune with your walk, that's like, man, I know I'm probably going around in circles, but I mean, you gotta listen, man. You gotta listen to what he's telling you to do. If you're not listening, then you worse than your fathers. You worse than the forefathers, man. Cause they didn't listen. They didn't listen. Look what happened to them. They got us all cursed out. You know, they got us all plagued out because they didn't listen. Deuteronomy 28. What does it say? If you do these things, you'll be baruched everywhere you go. If you don't do these things, you're going to be taken to ships. You're going to be enslaved. You're going to have bonds and daughters, and you will not be able to, you will not claim them. You will be in a land that is not yours. Where are we at? We in a land that's not ours, where we can't get ahead, where we can't do anything. Everything we try to do is like in opposition to what the land want to do. We got to follow a whole different government system that obviously is trying to start a new world. That's obviously starting a new world order, but we don't see that because we too busy on our phones trying to sit there, scroll on TikTok and everything. That's why it's important for us to fast from social media. Like, I ain't saying get rid of it fully, but eventually we're going to have to get rid of it fully. So why not start now by fasting from it? Like, take a month. I challenge you to take a month off from social media just to see how much it changes your perception on how you look at the world. Like, I can say I was a social media junkie. Like, I was on social media like crazy. And it wasn't even just to scroll. A lot of times it was just because I wanted to post so much. But when I finally took a step back and I was like, okay, I finally took that step back and I started looking at my inner man and see how my inner man was starving because I'm trying to serve an app, or I was trying to get my music out there to where I'm like, oh, I want y'all to hear this so bad. Like, I want to be known. I want to be seen. No. When I deleted when I went on my first fast from social media, I think I did it for like about 3 months. I think I deleted it for 3 months. You know what that showed me? It showed me that I have a lot more time to do things when I'm not watching social media. When I'm not scrolling. It showed me that literally this app means nothing. It doesn't mean anything. This app, I can survive without this app. So now, whenever we say, hey, whenever I say, hey, I'm going to go ahead and do a social media fast, for me, it's second thought to be like, I bet I don't even need this app. It's not even a second thought to throw it away. It's not even a second thought for me. I'm sitting there like, dang, okay, I could read more scripture. I could do more studies. I could go ahead. Oh yeah, I'm gonna be able to do all these things. Now, when I get it back, I should still be doing those things. Everything should correlate from everything that you do in your fast should correlate back into your regular existence. It should literally be dragged from your fast into your regular existence. Because what's the point of fasting if you go and fast and get right back to the same thing you was just doing? What's the point? A fast is supposed to be cleansing. A fast is supposed to help you get rid of things. What did Yahushua say about getting rid of demonic spirits? When they asked him why they couldn't cast out spirits. Some things don't work without praying or fasting. Some things you gotta fast for. You can't just pray everything away. You can't just pray everything away. You can't do that. It don't work like that. Sometimes you gotta really consecrate yourself with Yahuwah. You can't just be like, hey Yahuwah, what this mean? Hey Yahuwah, what I'm supposed to do? Now, sometimes you really gotta consecrate. Sometimes you really gotta sit there under him, sup with him, and really get in tune with him. Because if you're not for real about it, then is he gonna be for real about you? You know? Is he really gonna be for real about you? Ask yourself those questions. Ask yourself these two questions, because it's like, boy, do you know what you're doing? All right, Jeremiah 29. Jeremiah 29, we're going to read 1 through 19, sorry. All right. Now these are the words of the sefer of Yirmiyahu, the prophet, sent from Jerusalem unto the remnant of the elders, which were carried away captives, and to the priests, and to the prophets, and to all the people whom Nebuchadnezzar had carried away captive from Jerusalem to Babel. After that, Yechoniah, the king and the queen of the eunuchs, the princes of Yehuda and Jerusalem, and the carpenters and the smiths were departed from Jerusalem by the hand of Al-Asa, Al-Asa. All right, the bond of Shaphan, the Jamar and Yahu, the bond of Kilek Yahu. All right, y'all know what I'm talking about. Whom Sadiq Yahu, king of Yehuda, sent unto Babel to Nebuchadnezzar, king of Babel, saying, Thus says Yahuwah, the Eloah of Yasharal, unto all that are carried away captives, whom I have caused to be carried away from Jerusalem unto Babel. Build you houses and dwell in them. Build you houses and dwell in them, and plant gardens and eat the fruit of them. Take you women and beget bonds and daughters, and take women for your bonds, and give your daughter to men, that they may bear bonds and daughters, that you may be increased there and not diminished. And seek the peace of the city whither I have caused you to be carried away captives, and pray unto Yahuwah for it. For in the peace thereof shall you have peace. For thus says Yahuwah of hosts, the Lord of Yasharal, let not your prophets and your diviners in the midst of you let not your prophets and your diviners in the midst of you deceive you, neither hearken to your dreams which you caused to be dreamed. For they prophesy falsely unto you in my name. I have not seen them, says Yahuwah. So he specifically told him, don't go to your prophets, don't go to your diviners about nothing. Don't go to them. Don't hearken to them about your dreams, because obviously they're gonna ask, because they're your prophets, they're your diviners. They're gonna ask. You're naturally, as a king, you're gonna want to ask them, like, hey, I had a dream. What does this mean? Because I can't interpret dreams. You know. He said, don't hearken unto them, because they prophesy falsely in his name. You prophesy falsely in the Father's name. You're turning his name to nothing. You're making his name invalid. And then guess what? You're probably gonna die. You're probably gonna die, especially if your prophecy don't come back true. Probably gonna die, and that's just real. Like, I'm just being real. Like, it has happened in this book. You know what I'm saying? It has happened in this book, so it's not far fetched. So, all right, we have verse 10. For thus says Yahuwah, that our 70 years be accomplished at Babel, I will visit you and perform my good word toward you, in causing you to return to this place. For I know the thoughts that I think toward you, says Yahuwah, thoughts of peace and not evil, to give you an expected end. Then shall you call upon me, and you shall go and pray unto me, and I will hearken unto you, and you shall seek me and find me when you shall search for me with all your heart. And I will be found, and I will be found of you, says Yahuwah. And I will turn away your captivity, and I will gather you from all the nations and from all the places whither I have driven you, says Yahuwah. And I will bring you again into the place whence I caused you to be carried away captive, because you have said, Yahuwah has raised us up prophets in Babel. Know that thus says Yahuwah of the king that sits upon the throne of Dawid, and of all the people that dwell in this city, and of your brethren that are not gone forth with you in captivity. Thus says Yahuwah of hosts, behold, I will send upon them the sword, the famine, and the pestilence, and will make them like vile figs. They cannot be eaten, they are so evil. And I will persecute them with the sword, with famine, and with pestilence, and I will deliver them to be removed to all the kingdoms of the Eretz, to be a curse and an astonishment and a hissing and a reproach among all the nations, whither excuse me, whither I have driven them, because they have not hearkened to my words, says Yahuwah, which I sent unto them by my servants, the prophets, rising up early, sending them, but you would not hear, says Yahuwah. He already has sent the message. It's crazy. He told you what he was going to do. He literally sent the message. You didn't listen. You're not going to listen. If you don't listen to the message, how will you receive the word? And that's the one thing that keeps popping in my head. If you don't receive the message, how you going to receive the word? He already gave you the message. Now, what you gonna say at the end? I don't remember that. I don't remember him giving me that. I don't remember this. I don't remember that. He already gave it to you. You know what you did? You didn't listen. So guess what? Not because you didn't listen to what he told you before, now you're just looking goofy. Cause now you just plagued out. And then it just goes back into like, it goes back into what I'm saying. He that has an ear, hearken, listen to what he's saying. Listen, Linda, listen. Like, listen to what he's saying. Write a note, get a notebook, write it down. Write it down when he said. Cause he's gonna say what he say. And if you don't do exactly what he say, guess what? Now you're getting smacked around because you didn't listen. Oh, snap. We're at Genesis 22. This is 22:15 through 18. All right. And the Melachim of Yahuwah called unto Abraham out of the Shemayim the second time, and said, By myself have I sworn 7 oaths, says Yahuwah, for because you have done this thing, you have not withheld your bond, your yakad, that in Baruching I will Baruch you, and in multiplying I will multiply your seed as the stars of the Shemayims, and as the sand which is upon the seashore. And your seed shall possess the gate of his enemies, and in your seed shall all the nations of the Eretz be Baruched, because you have obeyed my voice. So Abraham returned unto his young men, and they rose up and went together and went together to Beersheba, and Abraham dwelt at Beersheba. So it's crazy. So this was when Abraham was finna kill his son. He was finna kill Yitzhak. He was finna kill Isaac. He was finna kill him. And Yahuwah, the Melachim came to Yahuwah, was like, hey, you gonna let him do it? You really gonna make him do this? You know what I'm saying? It was all a foreshadowing though of Yahusha, but because because of the lamb and the sacrifice and all that, but it's all foreshadowing. Like, it was always gonna be a sacrifice. It's always gonna be a human sacrifice, like, or a person sacrifice. But what I'm getting to the point was he listened, he obeyed, and he said, because you obeyed, I'm gonna Baruch you for this. Because you listen to me. That's what I'm saying. We have to listen to him. If we're not listening to him, who we listening to? We're not subscribing to him, who we subscribing to? You know? We gotta subscribe to that. We have to listen. We gotta listen. If we're not listening, who we listening to? And if we listening to Hashatan, then what we really doing? You know what I'm saying? Because sometimes every voice that you hear that be in your head, it don't always be the Father. Sometimes it be Hashatan playing on your mind, because Hashatan know this word too. You know, he know this word too, just like he studied it. You know, he studied this word too. So if you don't think that he could get you with the word, he can. He really can. So we have Genesis 26, 1 through 5. And it says, and there was a famine in the land besides the first famine that was in the days of Abraham and Yitzhak, went unto Avimelech, king of the Philistines, unto Gerar, and Yahuwah appeared unto him. Whew. And Yahuwah appeared unto him and said, go not down into Mizraim, dwell in the land which I shall tell you. 3. Sojourn in this land, and I will be with you, and will baruch you. For unto you and unto your seed I will give all these countries, and I will perform the 7 oaths which I swore unto Abraham your father. And I will make your seed multiply as the stars of the Shemaims, and I will give unto your seed all these countries, and in your seed shall all the nations of the earth be baruch, because that Abraham obeyed my voice and did guard my watch, my commandments, my statutes, and my Torah. So, bro, oh boy, people don't think that the Torah was given to you, wasn't given to us. It was in Torah. I mean, it was in Genesis. Like, Torah been there. So it's like he guarded everything that Yahuwah said. All he was doing was just obeying his voice. He was obeying the voice. That's why I said, he that has an ear, he that has an ear, he that has an ear, you obey the voice. You obey the voice of Yahuwah. Don't obey man and what man tell you. Like, bump all that. Forget what man telling you. I don't care if man says, man could say stuff that sounds so good. It could sound so good. But when you really put it down on paper, it looks so stupid. Man could really do that. They could have you like that, man. You know what I'm saying? They could really have you in a bind like that. And now you just looking crazy because you like, oh, I didn't know. Now you looking stupid because he like, I never knew you. All because you wanted to listen to a man and have him tell you, oh, guess what? You only got to believe. You don't have to do no worry. All you got to do is believe. Believing is best. That's all you got. That's all that you need to do to get into the kingdom. That's a bunch of baloney. You need more than just belief. You need belief. You need works. You need good works. Shoot. You can't just hope. You can't just hope you get into the kingdom. You can't just do that. That's not what we're doing. That's not what we're doing here. We don't subscribe to that. Like, no, even the rapture. How many more people got to tell you that the rapture ain't real? How many more people got to tell you that, how many more lies you got to believe about, Yahusha coming back, the Mashiach coming back, and it's going to be a wonderful time. He's going to come back. And, man, look, all of that, all of the kind stuff and the niceness and all the understanding that he did, all that stuff is over with, man. When he come back, man, we finna read it anyway. When he come back, he coming with the sword. He coming to kill, to kill the unrighteous, bro. Like, it's not gonna be that, oh my gosh, he's here, we're gonna love him now. Like, no, it's not gonna be that. Y'all probably won't even know who y'all gonna probably not even gonna know who the heck he is when he come anyway. Shoot, they didn't understand who he was the first time when he came in. What do you mean? Like, they didn't understand who he was the first time. They didn't believe he was the Messiah or he was the bond of Elul. They didn't believe that. So what they do? Persecute him, kill him. But he fulfilled every single prophecy that was said, that was given. You know what I'm saying? So we have Revelation 1. I'm just going to read 1 through 3. I believe, I was going to read it till Yahuwah tells me to stop. It says, the revelation of Yahushua Mashiach, which Allah gave unto him to show unto his servants things which must shortly come to pass, and he sent and signified it by his Malachim unto his servant Yehukanan, who bore record of the word of Elul and of the testimony of Yahusha, and of all things that he saw. Baruch is he that reads, and they that hear the words of this prophecy, and guard those things which are written therein, for the time is at hand. Yehukanan to yeah, so we're gonna stop right there. Yeah, we're gonna stop right there. Boy. Are we gonna stop right there? No, we're not gonna stop right there. Yeah, that's right. That's why I put that in there. All right. We have 4. Yehukanan to the 7 called out assemblies which are in Asia, grace. Oh boy, which are in Asia. Mercy be unto you. Salah. Mercy be unto you, and peace from him which is, and which was, and which is to come, and from the 7 Ruachos which are before his throne, and from Yahushua HaMashiach with who is the trustworthy witness, and the firstborn of the dead, and the prince of the kings of the Eretz, unto him that loved us and washed us from our crimes in his own blood. He has made us kings and priests unto Elua and his father, to him be esteem and dominion forever and ever. So be it. Behold, he comes with clouds, and every eye shall see him, and they also which pierced him, and all the kindreds of the Eretz shall wail because of him. Even so be it. I am the Aleph, and the Ta, the beginning and the end, says Yahuwah. Which is, and which was, and which is to come, Yahuwah of hosts. I, Yehukanah, who also am your brother and companion in tribulation, and in the kingdom of patience of Yahushua HaMashiach, was in the isle that is called Patmos, for the word of Elua, and for the testimony of Yahushua HaMashiach. I was in the Ruach on the day of Yahuwah, and heard behind me a great voice as of a shofar, saying, I am the Aleph and the Ta, the first and the last, and what you see right in the Sefer, and send it unto the 7 called out assemblies which are in Asia, unto Ephesus, and unto Samaria, and unto Pergamos, and unto Thyatira. Yes, I don't even know. I'm tired. And unto Sardis, and unto Philadelphia, and unto Laodicea. And I turned to see the voice that spoke with me, and being turned, I saw 7 golden menorahs. So I put this in here to say, like, what y'all would tell Yehukanah to do. He literally said, hey, everything that I say, write down in this Sefer. You can't miss not one jot, one tittle. You can't miss one word. Like, it's like that. Like, that's how deep we gotta be listening. Because he not going to give messages to those who not going to listen to him. He not going to tell you what to do if you're not listening to him. You know, he not going to do that. And it just becomes more prevalent that you understand that we are not sustained without the Father. Without Yahuwah, we are not sustained. Everything is not our own. Nothing is ours at all. So it's like, either you could be caught up in the game of the world, or you could be caught up in the righteousness of Yahuwah. You could be caught up in existing the right way. You could be caught up in this word, this, you know, the daily bread. You be caught up in that. So the unleavened bread, the daily unleavened bread. You could be caught up in the bread. So it's like, what do you subscribe yourself to? Do you really listen to the Father when he talks? Do you listen to how he talks to you? Do you listen when he's just regularly talking to you, or when he starts yelling at you? When do you listen? Because that's the question. Pretty much it for the study today. I just wanted to come on here and just give this study because it was on my heart. It was on my mind. And yeah, that was pretty much, that's it. So I pray that y'all just have a good day. I gotta get to work. I pray that y'all have a good day, and I'll talk to y'all later. Shalom.